Hello guys, we will be starting very shortly in about a minute or two, so just hang tight and we will begin very soon. Yes guys, welcome. So we will be starting straight away with qualifying. It is going to be of course around the legendary circuit, the Spa-Francorchamps. We'll see who's on pole. It's going to be pretty tight. Everybody is going to be fighting for that slipstream along the Camel Straight. So we just wait for someone to head out of the pits here. Everybody will be, of course, doing the setups, trying to get everything in check. Of course, park filming is enabled, so they will not be allowed to make any changes to their setup other than the front wing and the tire pressures once they head out of the garage for the first time. So it is going to be a little bit of a challenge if they have not practiced enough, but it looks like somebody is coming with the pits already straight away. Not sure who that is yet. Alright, so someone is out of the pits, and another two more are coming out straight away. So Pyramid out of the pits, Killer Roo out of the pits, Salty Sandman, and BFR. So we do have 4 people out of the pits. The first one out is, if I'm not wrong, is BFR. Yeah, he is the first one out of the pits. Looks like I will be having Biggles joining in for commentary, but I cannot hear him at the
G'day,
moment.
Dub.
Oh,
Hey, how you doing,
hi,
mate?
you're here. Hi. I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, yeah. Did I fly a little late?
Just a little bit. We just got qualifying underway. They are still on their out laps. It's all good.
All right, man. And let me unpack my bag and get ready to help you out there. So just give me a few minutes. That's all right.
Sure, sure. Take your time. So it was Salty Sandman who came out first. We'll go on board of the first flying lap of the day, which will be starting very shortly. He is, of course, in Sector 3. Going around Blanchimont, going a little bit on the grass there at the outside. Front tire. We'll keep it in shape, though brakes very late there. Struggling to get the car slowed down a little bit now. He aims for the perfect exit. Oh, a little bit of a tank slapper going on, but not too much, not too bad at all. Now it's all about the exit because this Eau Rouge is flat out. Ooh, he goes a little wide there. He loses a bit of time and goes in the throttle a little late. So that's going to cost him a little bit of speed all along going up Eau Rouge through Ready on here. Up Eau Rouge keeps it flat, easy flat there. So we'll see how his lap goes along. So far, not too bad, other than the exit of turn 1 here. You have yellow flags behind. Looks like somebody spun at La Sauce. Not decent amount of curb over there. It swings to the left-hand side, so it opens up the corner for the right-hander. Oh, a little squirm in the exit, and now for the really, really understeery right-hander. Not bad, not too much of a lock-up there. All around a pretty good lap here from Salty Sandman. Just about trying to keep as much pace through these corners as much as possible. For the corner, this is of course almost nearly flat. You just have to dab on the brakes before the entry here. Brakes at the 50-meter bot, turns in a little wide there. That's going to cost him because the next turn comes up right after. So he lost a little bit of time there. It looks like it might be invalidated judging by the red outline of the map on the right. We'll have to see. So we'll see. He is on softs. There are a few people on medium confirmed. Killer Roo and Jules, as he corrected me. So apologies for that last time around. But yeah, it looks like all of them are on the medium compound. Looks like if you have enough pace to qualify high up the grid on the harder compound. He's coming across the line in about a second. So the 147.5, and it's not going to count. So he did invalidate his lap time there. As BFR goes fastest with 143.9. And someone else is coming past, and that's Piero Man with a 145.6. So a little bit of a gap there. So about 8/10 of a second there. Oh, Choden goes fastest, 143.1. So 8/10 of a second between him and BFR. So Sherman is way behind them. Earl is also pretty far behind, 2 seconds off the leaders. Killaru had a really bad lap over there, 20 seconds behind anyone else, so he must have made a mistake somewhere, probably spun somewhere. He will be trying to go for another lap if he had enough fuel. If not, he'll probably pit and go for another lap because those mediums can last pretty long, especially in a 50% race. So I have to see what his plan is over here. We do have yellow flags in Sector 2, but it looks like it's all cleared out. Yeah, it is Guaco tangling with one of the yellow cars. Should be Chris Mania in front of him. Eagles has joined, so he will be joining in the voice chat really, really soon. Oh, as Guaco slows down, lets one of the flying lappers by, and that is Killer Roo, if I'm not wrong. It is not Kaliru. Kiliru does come across the line, so he does have faster lap time now, 4 seconds behind anyone else, 5 seconds nearly, so those medium tires are not working for him right now. So we have yellow flags. Once again, Guaco just trying to stay out of the way of anyone setting a faster lap, or who is on a flyer lap. Breaks real in, turns in, not bad. Oh, heads straight into the pits. Alright, so he's not setting a lap time anytime now. Let's go on board with Guaco and see how his flying lap is going to go. So that's confirmed, one MMR in front of him. Brakes at the 100-meter board, turns in. Gear 2, that's good enough to set the power down, but he's not going to set another lap time, so everyone is going into the pits. I'm assuming Pyroman is also going to the pits. Yeah, you can see his ERS is on 0, so he just set that lap time earlier. So it is that time, of course, where all the drivers head into the pits, wait for that final rush of the final lap coming across the corner just to start the flying lap with a few seconds to go. So it is going to come down to the wire. It's all about who can place their car perfectly behind the car in front, as the chosen one has left the session. So especially because pole position here is not that useful. So of course in the real life Grand Prix here, second position actually might be better than pole position here because of that huge amount of slipstream along the Camel Straight, since La Sauce, or Rouge is flat out now. So Chris Mania just coasting along now. We do have a few drivers out on track. Hope y'all can't hear the game audio twice. Alright, so Chris Mania comes into the pits right now, so it looks like we just have 4 people out on track right now. There is someone coming across the final corner and is starting a flying lap, and that looks to be Salty Sandman. Yeah, you can see him going into turn 1, La Sauce getting a wide entry just to turn in earlier, clip the apex. Well done there, gets on the power, drives out of the corner really well here, so going up through Radion now. Sticking to the right hand side, tries to take a straight line through Radion so you can dink the car to the right here through our rules, going into the Camel Straight now. You can see DRS wide open there, or a little bit aggressive on the steering wheel here, Salty Sandman, but this is of course his first flying lap. He will have to set a good benchmark here for himself before the final lap that he can do. A little wide on the entry there, but it looks like he managed to keep the car in shape. Turns into the right-hander. No lockups, but goes a little bit wide on the exit, but able to move the car back to the right just for that left-hander, the corner with no name, as they call it. The left-hander, so now going through Puhon, coming into Puhon. Able to keep a nice and tight line there, carry speed through it also, so a pretty decent lap here from Salty Sandman. We will go on board with him now. You can see him clip the apexes pretty well. Hopefully I didn't just curse him, as I did slightly. He lost a lot of time there, definitely, because now he is going to be slow along the entire straight, all the way through Blanchimont. This is going to be flat out. It should be flat out. It is flat out, so Salty Sandman, it looks like pretty slow time, to be honest, because he's already at 143 and he's nowhere near the line yet. He's still at the bus stop chicane, so it looks like he's struggling on these tires, or just to get into the groove of Spa. Of course, Spa is known for needing to have the drivers to keep their cool and keep going through the rhythm, because it is a very long track. It is the longest track in the calendar, so
Exactly. Hey,
you're here.
Yeah, unpacked my suitcase, and you exactly mentioned, didn't it? It's the longest track. It's 7 kilometers. So, and drivers know it. It's a long way around, isn't it? Almost every sector is almost 3 kilometers. Certainly one of those tracks that it's actually I think it's one of those drivers' favorites. You pretty much spend this track around 70% of the throttle. So in comparison to the likes of say Monaco, where they're underneath the 30% throttle, you do about 42 gear changes per lap around this track. A pit lane will cost you about 23 seconds, and maximum speed, well, that's always pushed every year, isn't it? I would think about what, 320, 330, depending on DRS as well.
Yeah,
That would help a
especially if
lot.
you have slipstream, it is gonna give you such a boost here. I was in the practice session with the drivers earlier, and they were talking about trying to place their cars behind a car in front just for that slipstream right through the camel straight, because it's just so powerful. It's like half a second right there,
It
according
is.
to them.
Let's go down to Girlsy in P13. He's at the fastest first sector, almost a 30 flat, a 30.052. So he's cruised through that, and now he's navigating that sector 2. You want to go on board? Yeah, as a driver, what do you think? How is he going to hook this lap up?
He looks really aggressive right now. It's pretty good. A little bit off. Oh, it looks like he backed off there.
Ooh.
Yeah, he made a mistake and he just backed off. Let's Peanuts by.
It's a bit early to make a mistake, but I mean, I thought he could have kept on. I mean, he hasn't set a time yet. 4 minutes too. Oof, that's a tough order. It's 1:43 at lap time at the moment that the chosen one has chosen to set as the time. We've got to get back into the pits.
Yeah,
And he's
Peanuts
gonna
sitting
go around the
right
block.
behind him.
Okay.
Just 2.5 tenths behind, and BFR still hasn't improved his lap time. That was the first lap time he set, which was 8 tenths behind, so not much of a difference there in the top 3, but further behind it looks like they are spread out a little bit.
The thing I worry about with drivers as well, and I think drivers also worry about, is you get invalidation. So they get out there, they get the fresh tires on, they go their out lap, they get them warmed up and everything, and then they go sit their blistering time, their flying lap. Remember, it's going to cost you at least, let's say, a 2-minute lap to do an out lap. And then you got to set your blistering time. Now, if you corner cut one of those corners, and you can see it a lot with the drivers, then you got to come back around and do it all over again. And with 3 minutes remaining, that's not an easy task.
Yeah, we saw that happen with Salty Sandman. That was the first. He was the first out of the pits, but he had his first lap time invalidated, and then the second one he was 5 seconds off the pace. So yeah, it is going to cost him. He does only have 3 minutes, excuse me, remaining. So it's going to be tight for him.
Yeah, I think you should always put. Rule number one, I always think, and I believe that the teams would always say that, is set a banker. Just get out there and set a banker. Because what's the worst case scenario? You finish like P9 or whatever. If at the moment, as Salty and Confirm's already out of this, and Girls have not set a time. Well, Salty has set a time, but it's just not really competitive time, is it? Like, you've just got to do something, because now the pressure's on. You can't afford to make a mistake.
Yeah,
It's
and
two
the
minutes and
issue with
40.
him now is Salty has front wing damage. We saw it just now on stream. So Guaco in front and Salty had a little bit of a tangle there. I'm not sure who pushed who, but that ended in Salty going off the track, and since then he's just been going off over and over again. But you can see clearly his end plates are broken off somewhere on the track, so
Yeah, that's
yeah.
it. That's qualifying over then. There's no time to box, no time to fix, no time to get out there again. So the gamble has not paid off.
It truly is not,
And
unless
sometimes
Salty can somehow
patience-
set lap time with broken. No,
Ah.
he's not. Nah. Oh, he
Well,
might. He's trying to.
It's going to cost him.
Oh.
It's going to cost him at least 5 seconds. No, he's
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
He
he's
stayed
gone.
up. He missed the pit lane.
Yeah, he just cut the corner trying to get a little bit of time, but that invalidated his current lap and the next lap. So that's the end of qualifying for him.
Front wing of Belgium, that's it. It's game over anyway. There's no way you're going to put a competitive time in. Even if you are the best Schumacher-esque or any of the other drivers in Formula 1 that mastered Spa, there's no way you're going to be able to do it. As soon as you go through our rouge of a broken wing, well, you're just hanging on to a roller coaster ride, aren't you? Pray that you're going to keep it out of the wall. And he's just backing off anyway. Being probably salty right now. He's taking the run off road. He's feeling salty in that. Right. Just misjudging. The team has done it. They've let him down.
Ooh,
sure
sorry,
he's feeling himself
sorry to
let
cut
down.
you off there, but
Come on.
BFR just went off at Huon, so Yeah, he was setting a pretty decent lap time, but now that's all gone. He turned in a little bit too early, then went on the grass and just went straight off. Who else is behind
If
him?
Killaroo can improve on his time, Killaroo's got a personal best in the middle sector as he goes around the bus stop chicane right now. See if he can cross the line. Short and sweet. And he can improve a little bit. Yes. Only one position, but one position is better than no positions.
That's true. But of
Yeah,
course, as we were saying earlier, so pole position may not be the best position for Spa because of
No, it's
that
not actually.
slipstream. Yeah.
Statistically, I believe that. Yeah, I statistically believe that it's the dirty. It's not the dirty side of the track. It's the opposite side of the track, and therefore, well, generally, most drivers do not win Spa from pole. So, distance to the first corner is about 271 kilometers, and we've all seen that carnage, haven't we, in the first corner?
Yeah, it's going. I expect something like 2012. But these drivers are pretty clean. Not gonna lie, I was surprised last race at how clean they were. They always respected each other, gave just enough space to race, but didn't hit each other at all.
We have 13 drivers. You know what that number means, right?
It's Maldonado
It's an
time.
unlucky number.
Goes is on his out lap, but he didn't have enough. He came out too late, so he didn't have enough time to start his flying lap here. So a little bit of a missed time there for Jules. He is not going to set a lap time at all.
I think it's pretty much done and dusted. I don't see anybody improving right now. Well, there's outlaps on. Who's that on an outlap? I think that's Peanuts. Did he cross the line in time? They fixed that glitch, right?
I'm not sure because just now he did just turn to checkered flag because on my screen it says 0 quite a while back. But apparently Jules is setting a lap time right now. We'll ride on board with him, so you can see him going a little bit late on the upshift there. Now it's all about the early braking, trying your best not to lock up. Going decent exit there, swings the car to the right just so you can slow it down for the left-hander coming up. Now going through one of the fastest corners of the track.
Fastest first sector as well. Don't jinx him. He's on a roller right now. He needs to hook it up too. This is it. Make a break.
You can see him balancing that brake pedal, trying his best not to lock up, but slow the car down in time. Very good exit there, but now it's all about the exit of this corner, because you carry his speed all the way through to the bus stop chicane. Pretty decent exit there. He did not make a mistake so far. Hopefully I didn't just curse it. It's just one chicane left to go after these two corners.
He's got a 44.2, set up middle sector is a little, telemetry is a little off for me. Anyway, he can hook this up. He can do it.
A little bit of lock up
Big
there.
Does he get it? Oh, good exit. Good exit. No overspeed. This is pole. This is pole. Provisional pole for sure.
Yes, there you go. So he does move just as the checker flag came out. He started his lap time. So now can Peanuts do anything about it? I'm not very sure yet. It looks like he won't. Yeah, he's too far behind now. So Peanuts not able to improve his lap time there. He does start P3.
So I think we have to call Gozi last of the late breakers. He's Daniel Ricciardo of qualifying at the moment, isn't he? Just crossed the line with milliseconds to go. Bingo.
Yes, that's almost half a second of lap time quicker than anyone else.
Yeah, I think he just saved it to the last minute. But you imagine if he had just invalidated that, it was game over.
Yeah, so we'll run down the order right now. So it is Jules in first position, the Chosen One in second, followed by Peanuts in third. We do have Shadow in fourth place. He is starting on the medium tires, crucially, so he could come into play during the first pit stop phases. So we have Chris Mania in fifth, BFR in sixth, Pieroman in seventh, Huntsman 8th, Liam Earl 9th, Guaco 10th, Killaroo 11th, Salty Salmon 12th, and confirmed with no time set in 13th.
Exactly. Those mediums coming in play would be a great idea. Let us know there on Twitch. Do you think that if there's no safety cars, those mediums are going to come into very good? They can run, how long do you think they can run those mediums?
I have no idea, actually. Oh, going straight in, so it is a 7-kilometer track, of course, as Biggles mentioned. So yeah, we will be having a 22-lap race. Pole position, of course, as you can see, is on the right-hand side of the track. With,
That's
of
tricky,
course,
isn't it? That's
yeah,
the dirty side.
But it
And
is the
you got
inside
to
line, so
yeah, you got to switch. But remember, you brake hard on the inside, and then you're going to go deep, which means that the outside on the left, you can kind of sweep across and have a better exit as you go through a rouge. That's the tricky one. That's why we see a lot of collisions and a lot of carnage. Are we going to expect this soon? Well, only time will tell. 7 seconds as they load in. What do you think, guys, out there on Twitch? Don't be shy. Let us know. I'll relay everything to the broadcast booth.
alright, so it looks like we are getting started. Oh, someone got a jump start. That's Jules, unless the lights are just not there. Oh, it's formation lap, isn't it? But there are supposed to be lights. Can you see lights on top?
It's formation, so it's fine. Yeah. I didn't see it, but I'm not getting anything from race control saying a jump penalty as well. Oh, but I am getting something from race control. Unless somebody says something on Twitch, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Come on, give us something back. You're watching. I know you're watching on Twitch. I can see you. Don't hide in the grandstands. We know you're there. Well, we all know one thing that you're guaranteed at Spa that can occur. What's one thing guaranteed on Spa that can occur on one side of the track and not on the other side of the track? Being 7 kilometers. What would that be?
Rain?
Exactly. You
Oh,
called it.
really?
There is rain on the horizon. There is rain on the horizon. I'll tell you what lap it'll be. I'm not going to spoil the surprise to the drivers, but I can predict this almost to it, like almost a half a lap now. I'm so good at this telemetry information down the pit. I've been on a lot of pit. I mean, I'm joining in the booth this time, but usually down the pit lane, they can like run across between the different teams, look at their radars, look at the way that they have their messages out there, collecting information. And they do actually, remember in this track, they have guys sitting out in all parts of the Spa circuit, basically sitting there with their little weather instruments and reporting this information back to the teams. They do that in Spa because it's a 7 kilometer track. It changes very drastically.
Even the altitude changes to like one of the highest in the calendar, isn't it?
It is outside of Mexico City. I think it's second highest. Mexico's very high up. That's why that's just the fuel flow as to the air pressure. Anyway,
Jules,
so girls, that qualifying. If that's how you pronounce it, I always gonna
he told me to pronounce it as Jules, like
Jules.
Yeah.
Okay, well he's got the gold, right? So he's got all the jewels.
So far so good. He didn't really back the pack up as much. There were like Confirmed and Salty a little bit behind, but it looks like it's all good. You can see them slowly creep into the pit boxes here. They are about to start. Yep, you can see them reset to the grid box. So 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Okay.
It's going. It's go, 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 go.
So Jules got a really good exit, a start, and so did Peanut. So he is just pushed Shonen One off the track. So Shonen One does slip behind, and Salty Salmon gets the position from Liam Earl, and Liam Earl getting sent back all the way to the back of the grid. So there is yellow flags. Of course, we all know how it's going to go as Killer Roo and is that Salty and Guaco next to him going side by side. Who's going to break later? It looks like Guaco might have him. Yeah, he does have him. So a little bit of a lock up there from BFR in front of him. But yeah, Guaco gets the position, stays ahead of Killer Roo here. We can see Puroman, even worse, he is all the way at the back. So way far behind anyone else.
Yeah, Killer making a mix there in between P8 and P9. Let's look at Shadows really trying to put the pressure on the back of the other chosen one who lost the position. Remember the Peanuts. So the Peanuts up at 1 position, Chosen down 1, Huntsman down 2. That's already a switch on the first lap as far. We expect that, but guess what? Everybody's clean and through. So that's even more impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising. So we'll see who were the biggest winners and losers from the first lap so far. So it looks like Goals, yeah, maintained. He won, so he was able to stay ahead of all of the issues going on behind. As there's someone off, I'm not sure who it is, but it looks like they just got back on track. It is Killer Roo, so he got sent behind. Yeah, so Puroman, of course, the one who got sent all the way to the back of the grid, so he did lose 6 positions there, but Salty Sandman and Confirmed, the two drivers who were all the way at the back both gained 4 positions here, so they are running 8th and 9th. So pretty decent start from them.
So they're the mediums, just that little graphic came up there to run pretty well along into this race. It's going to look good there from Chris. He's in P. Oh, sorry, no, yeah, sorry, who's in P4? That's Shadow, and he's got some serious pace at the moment on his medium, so he's looking in good position. He's got defend buck, Rhino against the Rhino driver. The slipstream is in play, but the DRS is not in play.
So yeah, you can see him just stuck behind, just sit behind you.
He's also in a battle of peanuts. I'm not quite sure which battle would follow on that one. They're both very close.
All gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It is only lap 2, so it's really early for him. Looks like he was struggling on lap 1. Ooh, somebody goes a little bit wide there. Is that confirmed? Looks like it's confirmed behind, so you can see them trying to feel out the track a little bit. It hasn't, of course, rubbered in all the way.
I think Chris is about to make a move on the back of Shadow. He's got the grippier tires, remember. Shadow is running on those mediums, so they have the traction, but the exit corner speed of those softs are just so much better, aren't they? But that's what Shadow knows. He just has to defend as long as he can, because it's only a matter of time before those softs are going to fall off the cliff, and then Shadow can just say bye-bye as they have to box, and he can just last even longer.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just about Shadow trying to stay out of trouble, because if he does like take any damage or unnecessarily locks up like what he almost did there, it is going to cost him tire wear, and that advantage of starting on those medium tires does fade away really quickly if that happens. Race control
DRS is now
message,
enabled.
yeah.
So this is a key, isn't it? If you're Lewis or you're the chosen one, I'm not quite sure. I'll probably go to the chosen one because it's probably the first one I threw a rouge. This is where you're going to get that great run. You want to try to get the back of Peanuts. You can see the back of Peanuts. You want to hit it. You don't want to hit the apex. Look at the speed difference you're going to get. DRS is enabled. Peanuts is sitting duck. He's got to go defensive.
Yeah, you can see overtake
right?
mode too. So the overspeed is going to be so much more. Looks like he does get a move done, so he does move up. And Chris Mania still too far behind from Shadow. So Shadow keeps that 4th place for now. It's just a matter of Shadow trying to churn out as a good a lap time as he can while keeping Chris Mania behind. And Chris Mania does get a penalty for multiple warnings. As someone's off, it looks like it is Killer Roo. Yeah, he did spin in that chicane right after the camel straight. So yeah, he did get ghosted.
It's not his race. I'm sure he's probably going to want to go and rip that passport stamp, that Belgian passport stamp out of his passport. Just tear that up before he goes back to Australia. It's not the Killer Roo situation he wants.
Oh,
anyway,
Guaco and Pyraman. Oh, Pyraman just pushes Guaco out of the way, but now that caused Guaco to slow down all the way. And Killer Roo just says thank you very much, slips by, and Guaco is forced to go off the track once more. So that was a little iffy from Pyraman, a little aggressive. Both of them were side by side along the entire corner, so it looked like it was still within limits, not too bad. We will go with Huntsman. Yeah.
No. Anyway, I think the battle would be looking at the Renault driver of Chris, trying to ping on Shadow. Remember, Shadow's on the medium tires. I think the soft tires will still have an advantage. If Chris can try to keep tucked up as he goes through turn 1, and they get the best exit they can before he goes through a rouge. Of course, no point in even risky taking an attempt to go through a rouge. But if you can get a great exit out of here with that DRS slipstream, should be pretty much job done.
It looks like he does. Look at how much he's closing in already on Shadow.
Going to be close towards the
No.
end. Close. He has to try to make a little bit of late dive bomb here. It's going to be hard. Is the braking point?
It's too
no,
far.
he has to back off.
Huntsman does go up the inside, off confirmed. They're still side by side. Can Huntsman get it done? He does get it done. Into the chicane, so it's a good overtake there from Huntsman.
Very good. Yeah, yep. You want to get past the drivers as fast as you can. Big lockups. You expect that anyway. You see that when they do the overtakes. They go hard locking up because they're also concerned about the other drivers trying to re-attack that. As you can see, trying to think about a re-attack. You can't do it here. He's going to have to think about the bus stop chicane. That's it.
Oh, it goes a little bit wide. Yeah.
Yeah, and now bus stop is it. Now, if Confirm wants to try to come back at this, he can't do it here. He's got to get through the second sector here and the third sector. There's really no overtaking around here. It's practically just following the car ahead. And you see it many times if one car makes a mistake, they generally mirror each other. It's almost like a synchronized Olympic follow. It looks like he might have a
Yeah, he got a
move here, but
much better
he?
exit.
Oh, look at the pace.
They're
He
still
has
side
a
by side.
much better exit.
Yeah, he gets past. Oh, little goes
Around the
up the inside. Ooh, gets it done though.
Now 21 up. This is it. Sorry, bus stop. Bus stop is it? He's got to go defensive here, but he's got to have the
Oh, a
brake
little bit of
hard.
a switch back there. Yep. Huntsman,
Nah.
he does get DRS, but he
Yeah.
might not want to overtake into turn 1 because the DRS in the next zone along the Camel Straight is much better.
Save it for a Rouge. Exactly. Save it for a Rouge. That's it. Better exit. He got a better exit. Look how close he is. This is definitely an overtake. All he has to do is stay within 2 tenths, which he is, and even get a little bit more through a Rouge. He's completely got this in the grasp.
Oh,
What's
little
confirmed to defend? He can't.
He can't do anything about it because slipstream and of course DRS
The
plus
DRS
overtake
enabled.
mode. So
Oh, he got the DRS. Yeah.
yeah,
Huntsman
so
got the DRS.
yeah, so because of that, confirm just sitting duck on the straights there.
I've actually seen drivers deliberately slow in the first corner to make sure they don't get the DRS. They allow the opponent to just get that trigger so that they then can come back and get the DRS.
I'll tell you what, I always do that through the bus stop chicane. I just slow down so they overtake me and I can just take the position back after that. It works.
Why Chris has not done anything in the Renault driver to Shadow. Now, Chris's time is running out because he's 0.5 away and his opportunity to pounce, you remember, he's the soft runner. He doesn't want to lose out to Shadow. Shadow's in the medium tires. So he's 1.7 seconds behind, but he's not breaking any gains. He's losing time now, 1.8. So this must be frustrating him right now because he's realizing, okay, my chance that I had, and he was very close from him, he was like half a second behind. He got the DRS range, but somehow he's just backing off now. The mediums are now at that crossover point where they're coming into play and the softs are not coming into play. Check an eye at the time between Peanuts and Shadow. Now, Shadow's 3 seconds behind Peanuts. Peanuts running a P3. I expect Shadow to drop that down under 2.8, even 2.6 by the end of the lap, if that's the crossover point for tires.
Sorry, confirmed is right behind Huntsman, so it is going to be a mirror of what happened just now, but not as close as he was. He does lose time going up Eau Rouge, but he does gain a lot of it back now because DRS is open. Confirm goes Huntsman goes defensive, but Confirm just goes around the outside, breaks later, so he does get the position. We do have yellow flags in Sector 3. It looks like it is Guaco who just spun along the bus stop chicane. Of course, these drivers, once again, they don't use traction control, so they do have to make sure they're very careful along the 22-lap race right now. As we see Pyroman get past Salty Sandman, so Salty Sandman still continuing to struggle on this track as he did during qualifying.
Crossover point still not there yet for the mediums. We've been keeping an eye on those times between the medium driver, Shadow, between Lewis, between Peanuts. They're still maintaining the same pace that they want. So not the crossover point yet. No safety car, no virtual safety car. All 13 drivers are in this race. Unlucky for some 13, lucky for all the drivers because they're still in this race. Lap 6 of 22.
Yeah, crucially though, Chris Mania running so close behind Shadow, he would have increased his tire temps, probably overheated, and that's why he's probably had to back off there. So we do know that running, especially through Sector 2, is going to suck the life out of your tires if you try to follow close behind because of that hot air from the car in front, and of course due to the high G-force nature of the corners. So it looks like he tried to take out a little bit too much life out of the tires at the initial stage, trying to get that position, but since he couldn't, he just has to back off, try to maintain that tire life.
Keep an eye on Killaroo. He's got the battle of Salty at the moment, as a few of the drivers are boxing ahead of them, but Killaroo's going to have a great exit out of here. Is he going to try to challenge him in the first corner?
Looks like he will. He's going up the inside. That's pretty smart actually, because there is another detection point in front, so Killaroo, he does get the position for now, but Salty Sandman is on the charge to get the position back, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a battle between Peanuts and Chosen One. We missed that one as well. I think Peanuts got ahead of Chosen One, so these drivers aren't following the choreographing plan that we had in the pre-drivers briefing room, right? Like as when you overtake and how you overtake. I think actually the Chosen One's ghosted. That's the reason why he's not actually racing. That's the reason why he's been overtaken by Peanuts. He's a ghosted car. That's unfortunate. Like to see
He might have
Chosen
lost
One racing.
connection or something, because
Yeah.
he's going really slow, isn't he? You can see Shadow
I
right
hope,
behind him.
It's completely ghosted car, so that's it. He's going to be under enormous pressure right now. Hopefully, he can come back. That's unfortunate. I don't like to see that drivers putting all the effort in, and then all of a sudden they ghosted car.
Oh, he
Here
does join
goes,
back. Yeah, he
rejoin.
just
He
rejoined.
must be absolutely frustrated. Anyway, we are joining you, Chosen One. We hope you can continue in this race. Losing 2 positions, but not losing spirit. That 8 of 22, linear racing to go.
But crucially now, Shadow with medium tires on is in P3, and that's a pretty strong position to be in if the rain does not come at the wrong time for him, because he can just extend this stint much longer than the soft tires.
Are coming. I'm telling you, man, Darty, the thunderstorms are coming, bro. But it ain't yet. There's plenty of time. They still have a pit stop before that. I can't call that yet. 30 minutes. Remember Spa. Ooh, that's going to come very close to the end of this race as well.
Salty,
so dry run
Salty and Liam Earl, a little bit of contact there. Liam Earl on hard tires. So he just came out of the pit. Salty has not pit yet, so a little bit of aggressive racing going on there. You can see pit stop is open now for the one-stop strategy. Lap 8 to 10.
The mediums versus the softs. This is the key now, isn't it? Because look at the medium tires. Look at the medium of Shadow. He's on 148.8. The leaders are down to 149s and late 148. So yep, they're in trouble. This is where Shadow's going to shine. This is where he's going to make his moment. And that's the reason why he chose those mediums and qualified in those mediums. Remember, in the top 10. He's going to pay off right now.
Yeah, his qualifying lap time matched or bettered like half the grid on soft tires. So a really good qualifying lap from him. You can see he really enjoys this track.
He's probably giggling in his car right now. He's setting a personal best as well. He's like, haha, that's what you get for choosing the mediums. I am faster. I am faster.
Oh, someone went it. Oh, that's Salty Sandman. He just lost it. I'm sorry to cut you off there, but he just got a little wide on the wide through the corner itself, and then he just lost it trying to get greedy on the throttle coming back on track.
It's the old softs too. 7 laps on the old softs, so they're definitely wearing out there. Drivers are losing it. There's box time. They all hear Jeff telling.
Yeah, he goes way off the track once
and
more.
they are boxing. Look, so girls have stayed out, but sorry, what's his name?
Jules.
Jules.
Yes.
Jules. Peanuts and Jules and Peanuts have stayed out. This is going to cost them a lot of time because Shadow is on 147s. These guys are in 148s. You can imagine what Shadow's going to start doing. He's 2.6 behind Peanuts right now. He's just going to obliterate the time. And these guys, remember, they're going to box. They're going to be 23 seconds down the road. That's going to slot them out behind, perhaps, Chris or the Chosen One.
For Jules, it looks like he's safe right now for Jules. So he could end up right in front of the Chosen One, probably just about 3 seconds ahead. Or
yeah, I think the Chosen One might be on a good strategy here. He's going faster. He's 29 seconds. He's going to have to blitz this if he wants to get that P3.
Yeah, of course, you can see always in Spa, of course, it's always the undercut that works really, really well, as it looks like Salty Salmon has spun again in the pit entry, so not enjoying his time at all here.
The leaders are boxing. Our medium runner is going faster. Our huntsman's going not as fast, but he's going fast on those fresh tires. Yeah, this is a bit of a strategy call. I think Shadow's really paying off in this one right now, staying out late on those mediums and qualifying on those mediums.
Yeah, Killaroo just spun on the exit of Eau Rouge there, so it looks like he didn't lose much. He did lose a little bit of time to Pureman in front, but no positions lost. He is on hard tires.
The boxing leaders. So have a look at the pace that now. This is Shadow time. Shadow's got Jeff on his ear going, okay, Shadow, put the pedal to the metal and get those fast laps in because you want to get that nice 23 seconds. That's the key he wants. He wants 23 seconds for a pit stop. It's 29, 28. Actually, it could even be a little bit more. But yeah, he's got this in the bag. The Chosen One has just lost out a little bit there.
Sorry, on my data it says you lose
peanuts.
about 17 seconds for Spa.
Well, I'm showing 23. I need to update that. 21, 22. I'm seeing pit stops from 29, 21, 22. So
Right.
it's all over the place, isn't it, really?
It looks like Shadow just, as he was supposed to, he just stayed out of trouble there, just kept his composure, didn't lock up much, didn't spin, didn't get into much trouble with other drivers, so he just had to maintain. Oh, he does get a little bit of penalty. Oh, that's Chosen One. So coming out of the pits.
Yeah, so now, if you're Shadow and you're Jeff, all right, so you're Jeff and you're trying to, engineer Mr. Shadow, he's got a 9-second gap, so he still has to box. He's the only driver on the grid right now that has yet to box. There is rain on the horizon, but he can't obviously make his tires run to the last. Let's see his lap times compared to the guys on fresh boots. That's the key. He's got good pace, a 148.4 last lap. He is still the fastest man on the track. We'll have yet to see what the times are of the other drivers with the fresh boots. But if he can put these blistering laps in, it's looking good. Definitely looking good.
Yeah, Chosen One now putting Peanuts under pressure. He's just 6 tenths behind going into Blanchimont. He could try and make a move along the Camel Straight here. He looks like he might be just about close enough to try and attack in Sector 1. He's just about getting a good exit here, closing up the gap to Peanuts a little bit. Chosen One, he does take the curb a little bit there, so not too good of an exit as someone has spun. It looks like it is BFR. Yeah, you can see damage for his car right there. He did spin. You can see his end plate at the side of the track.
No, it won't. I think it will.
I'll tell you, if there is a safety car right now, Shadow is just going to win the race.
No, you can't call it. Yeah, it's still going to be rain on the horizon, so it ain't over and over. You can't say you're Massa in 2008 thinking that Massa was going to win the race and Lewis Hamilton said, "Is that Glock?" Yes, it's Glock, and Lewis Hamilton won that race. Shadow could still win this race. Golds can win this race. Peanuts can win this race. The chosen one's always chosen to win a race. Plenty of racing.
Yeah, the top four are very, very close. BFR has retired from the session. He did go into the pits, so there is no chance of a safety car.
First retirement. First retirement.
At least it wasn't a crash, though. It was just unfortunate that he had to... he did get damaged, so I think he just gave up trying to be in the top 10 after that.
Remember, we had the little disconnection too, I believe, from the chosen one. So, was it the chosen one the disconnection?
Yeah, that sent him from P2 to P4. So,
yeah, so that's still impressive. He's doing a good job there from that, having the AI take over his car for a little bit.
He is much closer to Peanuts in front now, though, and closing even faster. You can see him visually. He is closing the Peanuts in front, but he's not going to want to try and go up the inside into the bus stop chicane. He does hang back a little bit, breaks in the 100 meter board, turns in. Good apex there on the first part, takes a little bit more curb than Peanuts on the exit. Peanut getting a little bit squirmy on the exit there, but now we'll see who gets the better drive out of the source. That is the most important corner.
Isn't it? 0.3. My figure is 0.3. If you get 0.3 before you go to a Rouge, you're on for gold. He's 0.5. He might be struggling.
He is losing time. Yeah.
Through here. Yeah. You got to get 0.3 at least for a Rouge. 0.4.
Oh, that was a much better exit there. Peanuts going a little bit wide through the entry, so he is going to be under pressure from the chosen one. He goes up the inside. Can you get the move done? They're still side by side through the chicane, but it looks like Peanuts has to tuck in behind. Chosen one moves into third place.
Very good job, yeah. Very good job. That's the keys like 0.4, 0.3. Like I always think 0.3 is a guaranteed overtake, but good job, chosen one. He got a little bit further back. He got the fastest first sector anyway, so he's definitely chosen one at the moment. He likes that purple color in his car, and he likes the purple timing screens because he has the fastest first sector.
Yeah, but Peanuts is kind of sticking with him through the sector, so he could just do an Uno reverse card on the Choda one through sector 1. So we will have to wait and see. We'll look through the penalties so far. Jules and the Choda one both have 6 seconds, but Peanuts is clean. He's as clean as a whistle right now. So is Huntsman and Pyraman, all 3 drivers. And Guaco, sorry. All 4 drivers have no penalties at all. Chris Mania, on the other hand, does have 9 seconds, so that's really going to cost him he's not gonna cost him positions at this stage right now, but we'll see how it goes.
The tires are falling off for our leader. His last lap of 148. These guys are now lapping in 146 as those fresh tires. So if you are the Shadow, if you box at the moment, you're going to slot in basically in this little battle where Peanuts is. So there's going to be a tall order. Do you want clean air, dirty air? Well, no, he can get ahead of Chris. But is he going to try to just sit back and wait for a safety car? He can't wait for the rain because it's still too far away. But he is losing time. You remember, he was gaining at least two seconds a lap. Now he's losing 2 seconds a lap.
We have yellow flags in sector 3.
That's for... It looks like somebody out of...
Liam Earl and Pyraman are over there. Oh, Pyraman goes up the inside, thought about it, went back and realized that the exit out of here will be much more crucial. So they might go side by side. Hold up, they might go side by side through Eau Rouge here. Liam Earl does back off. So.
Somebody has to back off, or somebody's going to be in an ambulance. Luckily, one of them backed off. And teammates as well too. You don't take each other out if your teammates, well, coloured teammates. Job done, Liam. Through.
Yeah.
Now, I do think look out for Peanuts, because the rule of thumb is in league racing, the ones that don't have penalties are the ones that generally always end up on the podium if you're in the midfield. That could work out very well for Peanuts. P4 and no penalties. Remember that chosen one is 9 seconds.
Yeah, especially in this game, being clean is much more important than setting faster lap times, because even if you cut the corner a few times, they are on strict corner cutting settings, so any small amount of track abuse will result in penalties or warnings for them.
As Kilbury gets another one, exactly. It's commentator's curse. They know it. But I've always said, actually, if you're going to run a league race, I would give an additional point to the driver that gets 0 penalties. It finishes in the top 10. Like, you give a driver a top 10 point for being the fastest driver. Well, in this game, if you can be the driver that gets no penalties and finish in the top 10, you deserve a point as well. That's my rule of thumb.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, Liam Earl, just goes over on the outside there, going into the bus stop chicane. That was Pyraman making the overtake, so Liam Earl backed off on purpose. As I said, is pretty smart to do, because now he does get DRS. Through the Camel Straight, it's just a matter of how good of an exit he can get out of La Sauce. Look out for the time between them. He got a much better exit than Pyraman in front. So just 3/10 behind.
If you're Shadow right now, and you're leeching the state, you're practically, you're losing a little bit of time, but you're not that much losing time. Is he trying to do the switcheroo from the mediums to the softs to make the softs go to the end? And how long can the softs go? He could definitely go, actually. I think if you're going to box him lap 17, or actually lap 16, and had that soft run to the end, he's going to slot in P4, I would say, right behind Peanut. Peanut has no penalties, so he has to get past Peanut those penalties. But then he's going to have the fastest tire. And with rain on the horizon, it might be a little bit too far back now. It might be too late for the rain to come into play.
I think Shadow might be trying to ask Jeff every lap, where's the rain, because at this point of time, he looks like he's just trying to switch over directly to the intermediates, but that's not really going to work, is it? Oh, as we see Pyraman and Liam Earl battling it out once more, Pyraman does get the upper hand this time around, goes into 7th place, but Liam Earl once again is right behind him. Both of them on the hard tires, of course. Pyraman on 1 lap younger tires compared to Liam Earl.
I think the rain's too late. It's going to be around the last lap, so you can't make those inters go that far deep into this race. He has to box. He can go to the softs. He's got a comfortable pit. He definitely has between Peanuts and Chris. So P4, P5. He's going to be behind Peanuts, but he's going to have fresh softs to try to mount a challenge towards the end. And if it gets slippery as the rain comes, if the rain comes in time, then it might fall into his play, but still early to tell.
I'm starting to feel this is like the actual race, because we always promise rain and it just never comes, does it?
Well, the Beagles is here. I can promise you rain. 15 minutes, but 15 minutes in game time, well, We'll see. Good thing. Just keep an eye on those track temperatures and those air temperatures. That's
Here
when it
comes
starts to tumble.
Goes on Shadow. He is just 3 tenths behind. Looks like he might get it done. Shadow really has to pit either now or just... It doesn't look like he will.
He's losing 2 seconds a lap to the guy behind him.
He
then
heads
the
into
rest
the
of the
pits
field-
now.
Yep,
So
there it
perfect
is.
time to head into the pits there without losing time for fighting Jules. So Jules
Yeah,
does
slow
move
that
into the...
P4.
Yeah, he does
Oh,
move into
behind
P1
Peanut.
right now. Jules, so how far behind is Choden 1? About 6.3 seconds, so quite far behind.
Yep. The McLaren at 29. Where is that? 64. Yeah, 64. That's Chris. Chris is now coming around the bus stop chicane, and he's going to be way out ahead of that. So there it is. Expected to be P4. 8.2. So I'm not sure that's up, but look at that number drop significantly with those fresh mediums. Sorry, fresh softs. He's going to be a roller coaster, isn't he?
He is going to obliterate
And-
the fastest lap, only.
Yeah, and if rain's on the horizon, if it does come in time, it might come into play because those mediums are going to start falling off the cliff, and that means. But then again, if it gets too wet, you're going to be in big trouble. Let's see what he can do anyway, lap time wise.
He does have a chance. He does have about 6 laps, and it is pretty easy to overtake around Spa, so it's just a matter of how much he's able to push without completely destroying those tires before he even reaches anyone in front of him. So you can see the
He's
gap
already
already.
gained-
Yeah, he gained about 2 to 3
Yeah.
tenths already.
You can see it right there on the screen there. It's 0.8, 0.1. Look at that. By the end of the lap, I would expect that. He's in sector 2. So I would expect by the time he gets across the line, and then he won't show this just yet because he's getting used to these tires, man. He's getting heat into them. He's losing a little bit of time right now as he's adjusting to that. And probably he's saving a lot of energy as well. You can see that. But then he's going to just mount up in the steering lap as he's going to go down to the bus stop chicane.
The tires, of course, would be a little bit cold right now, so don't expect it to be on this lap, but probably the next one or the one after that is when you'll see him really closing in on the drivers in front. We did see Guaco just have a little spin there at the bus stop chicane. So he is still in the points, but now he's under pressure from Killaroo, who is on harder compound tires, but on much fresher tires. So we will have to see how it plays out for the final points being position.
Yeah, Kilroy wasn't having those races, is he? He's not having one of those races he wanted to have. This is not the circuit he wants.
Yeah, and salty.
and- So Peanuts, remember, still is on a very good points position because he can actually still win this race because he does not have penalties. The drivers up ahead have 6 and 9 seconds penalties. Peanut has 0. So he's guaranteed at this point a P2. But as a driver, and you know, you don't want P2, you want P1. Why have 2 if you can have 1?
Yeah, he just has
That's
to
what
close
he's
in about
thinking.
4 seconds, and he will inherit the win for the Belgian
Yeah,
Grand Prix.
He's got a pace, and I'm sure Jeff is there strategizing with him as much as possible to do it. Rain is coming, but it might be a little late, 15 minutes time. It's going to be overcast in 10, but the rains will start falling right on, I would predict, the last lap of this race. Guess what? Shadow's not doing anything on these medium. It's softs. He's not doing anything at all. I think Peanuts has got the call from Jeff to say, okay, Shadow's boxed on soft, so and harvest all that energy you've been saving. You know, just unless Shadow's got something up his sleeve, he needs to get a move on because he's 20 seconds away from the race leader.
Yeah, it looks like he lost time to Peanuts in front. He lost about a second, so he might have made a mistake somewhere, trying to push as much as he could. That would be one of the
He's
only
losing
explanation.
He's losing time on softs. I don't understand. What's going on? Is there a function of the car? Is there a problem?
It could just be a mistake from him. We do have yellow flags. Someone went off at... not sure where that is.
A McLaren. It looks like a... Oh, they're all McLarens.
That's Pyroman. So his battle with Liam Earl does finally fade out a little bit. They were battling along like the past 5-6 laps, back and forth, a little bit of a ding dong battle. every lap is just the guy behind overtakes in through sector 1, and then the guy behind just overtakes him back the next lap. But it looks like Liam Earl will hang on to 7th place just by not spinning. So
keep an eye on Peanuts Twitch out there, everybody. Like Peanuts 0.6 away from the Golden. The Golden has 9-second penalties. The Golden's gone a little faster in the middle sector. He's responding to the Peanut pressure, but Peanut, no penalties, is 6.9 seconds behind the Golden Child. Now, with no penalties, being Peanut's 0.7 behind the Golden, he will get P2 because Golden has 9 seconds penalties. However, Peanut wants P1. Now, girls or goals, you can pronounce it, has 6 seconds of penalties. Jules. So do the math on that one. If Jules has 6 seconds of penalties and Golden has 9, where does that put Peanuts?
He needs to get about 5 seconds. So if we look at the gap to the leader, he is 11.5, 11.6 now behind. So he does need to get about 5 seconds just to try and close the gap. He just has to maintain it across the last lap. He does have 3 laps to do it, so maybe a little too far for him.
11, and he needs to get down to what, 5 or 6 for the leader?
It should be. He needs to cut 5 seconds. It's going to be 6 now because he's losing time.
You want to change the graphic out there, show to the captain leader, then I guess.
It is.
We already know he's got P2. There it is.
Yeah.
Good. Cool. Sorry. Yeah, it's a late twitch. So that's the key there, guys, because he's got P2 in the bag. But he wants P1. Drivers want P1. They don't want P2. Just second best, right? You put the effort in. Spa. 19 laps already done. Only 1 retirement. Rooting for Huntsman. Vanka says, well, Huntsman's running in P6. Can Huntsman get... What's Huntsman's penalties? Huntsman's on 3 seconds penalties. He's definitely... He could. How far is he behind? Chris?
Oh, we have yellow flags. That's confirmed.
Order.
Yeah, confirmed just spun on the exit of the bus stop chicane. We'll see. We have seen a couple of drivers do that so far.
Rain in 10 minutes. Rain in 10 minutes. That's what Jeff just told me. Whether you're listening to Jeff or not, that's what I just saw it on the radar.
I think it's going to be after the race, to be honest. Because it's about 5 minutes for 2 laps, so could just come right after. So a little bit of a letdown, but the racing is, of course, pretty intense here.
I'm let down Shadow because he got those fresh tires and he's not doing anything about Peanut's pace. Remember, this is like 3 lap softs versus 9 lap mediums, and he just can't break the pace. His last lap was 147. Peanut's last lap was 146. And Peanuts is on worn mediums, so I guess it just does not like those tires.
He may have gotten damage from whatever mistake he did. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like he does have anything wrong with his car.
Okay, yeah. Just, some cars work better on some tires. It just happens that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could just him not agreeing with those soft tires. The soft tires not biting into the track.
Going faster on 146, 145.9. So he's just like, okay, I like these tires. 4.9 seconds up the road. He's got this in the bag. The only thing he has to worry about is Peanuts. Remember, Peanuts is now 12 seconds, but it's not enough as if Peanuts needs to be within that 6-second gap if he wants to win the race. But Peanuts has P2. That is what Peanuts knows.
And Shadow has P4, that's for sure, because Chris Mania has 9 seconds behind him. Sorry, that just turned to 12 seconds. So yeah, Chris Mania really racking up those penalties. So he did overtake Liam Earl now on total time penalties. He's the one with the most amount of penalties right now. Next up would be Liam.
I'm surprised to see those drivers pull those penalties right towards the end, knowing that they're pretty much pretty even Stevens, and all of a sudden they get last minute time penalties. Like, well, you pretty much just secure. You could just like baby drive the car around, like not even bother corner cutting. See the clouds forming?
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it looks much darker now compared to the start, but it just may be a little bit too late. The penalties just could be down to fatigue. They have been driving for about an hour nearly now, so You can see it start to affect their concentration and, of course, their physical fatigue there of continuously either moving the
Oh, don't give
controller.
them excuses. Don't give them excuses. They're paid drivers. This is what they do. Their practice is day in out. What about us? What about our concentration? What about our fatigue? Like, it's nowhere near as difficult as the drivers. I understand that. But I've been editing videos for 2 hours for a race league, so I've been putting my concentration in there as well. But yeah,
I'm
don't take it away
surprised you
from
still
guys.
have
It
so
does take
much.
a lot. It does take a lot of concentration, and I do appreciate what you say. They do put a lot of effort in because they cannot afford to make one mistake. We can look away at 1 second. We can even look at our phone, check our messages. They can't. That would crash out. So
Yeah, that's the thing, because especially in this league, they have absolutely no assist whatsoever. So the max is what, racing line, so they have no traction control, ABS, nothing to help them. So it's all about trying to nail every single corner, hope the car is able to turn in and exit. Oh, Chodawan has left the session once again.
oh, I hope the disconnection fixes itself.
Oh, but
Fixes itself,
he
sorry.
is... Yeah, he's
He should
starting the
still get
final lap now.
P3. He should still get P3. Peanuts will get P2. Yeah.
If Shadow
That'll still
can
be
close
decided, I think.
through... Yeah, it's too far behind.
Shadow's too far back.
You can see the rain starting to fall a little bit now on the camera
Goals
here.
Gets it, but goals, whatever you pronounce it.
Oh, he gets a 3-second penalty, yeah, so that's gonna cost him a lot.
He could lose the race to Peanuts.
He will. At this rate right now. No, he won't. He will lose it to...
Peanuts 15 seconds behind.
No, but Choden also gets a 9-second penalty, so...
Yeah, but he's already got
right,
the chosen one. Peanuts has chosen one, but that 9-second gap is not enough. Peanuts needs to. He can't build a 14 like
In
5
one
second
lap.
gap on Spa in the last lap. The rain is coming. Look.
Yeah, the rain.
I
It is
predicted
raining.
it, but it's too late. It's gonna get slippery, but remember, drivers can make one little error right now as it starts to rain. We know in Belgium, we mentioned this before, it could rain heavy on one part of the track and dry on the other. So you thought the drivers had to have concentration already. Wow, this is the point where they cannot afford to make a mistake, can they? One little slip up, it could be game over.
Yeah, we do have yellow flags in Sector 1. It is salty. It looks like he spun through Eau Rouge.
A Rouge, yes.
Shadow gets another
So
3-second penalty.
Game on. Drivers need to make sure, and also you can't afford to lose time because remember, you've got guys behind you. They can make up a lot of time.
It looks like Choden really struggling here. Just Peanut closed up so much and he lost so much time to Jules as Jules comes across the final corner here. And Jules wins the Belgian Grand Prix. So Choden right behind, 12 seconds behind, going through the bus stop chicane.
Will get P2 as long as he can make it stick. No penalties. That is my driver of the day. Every single time the driver does not get penalties. Peanuts knows it. He will get P2.
He will be very happy with
about
him.
that one, but that's good. Yep.
And on contrasting emotions here for Shadow, he was in prime position as someone spins. Yeah, so Shadow was in prime position to at least get a podium, but he's just right outside the top 3.
But you know what? 2 drivers retired on lap 22 or 22.
Yeah.
And in Spa, that's impressive, isn't it? That's very impressive.
And I think, yeah, I think it's they retired just because of that. They retired just because of the rain, and it just caused them to make mistakes, isn't it? It is very, very tricky, especially because it's such a long track.
Oh, in 15 minutes' time, with thunderstorm. So I'd love to see what would have happened if this race would have continued. Oof. It would have been that Spa, as you mentioned. What year was that?
2012, yeah, the start, Grosjean.
28, yeah, or something like that. I can't remember what it was. That would have been. Can't take it away, but from. I always say girls. You say girls.
Jules. Like a J.
Yeah.
That's what he told me to say at least.
No, we have the choice as commentators to whatever we want. Confirmed gets the driver of the day. Don't let drivers dictate how you want to say their names. Look at that, jumping for joy. There's the fist up. No rain, of course, on the podium, but the trophy is there. Celebration.
Can't see the podium for some reason. Oh, there you go. That's a really colorful outfit for P3.
Aussie, oi, oi, oi. Where's the shoey, mate? Where is the shoey? I want it. Not gonna happen, is it? I
They,
swear, if
they should actually include
Codemasters
that,
put
yeah.
that Chewy in there, you could. I think people would buy it. I
You
would
never
buy it.
know. You never know. Maybe podium pass 4 or something.
I've been asking for it. You want to read through the order there?
Yes, so that is the end of the Belgium Grand Prix. It was a pretty exciting race. We did see a lot of battles along the entire race. So it is goals in P1, Jules. Peanuts in P2, that was a very good drive from him, kept it clean all the way. The Choden won P3, Ubiquitous Shadow, a little bit disappointed for him because he was, of course, started on the medium tires but couldn't get those soft to be switched on. Chris Mania in P5, a decent performance, decent end for him. Huntsman P6, Pyraman P7. Pyraman and Liam Earl had a pretty good battle along the entire race. Confirmed 1mmR in P9. Killer Roo P10, not a good day for him. Guaco, not a good day for him either. In P11, and Salty Sandman, who was struggling since qualifying, unfortunately, does end P12 with BFR in P13. Wow, that was good timing.
It was perfect timing. And even though I like the strategy from Shadow. He tried it. It didn't really pay off, but he still finished in the same position he started in. So, you win some, you lose some, and he didn't really, win or lose. So that kind of just panned out a little bit there. But obviously the drive that did pan out on.
Yeah, the biggest mystery is that he didn't even get the fastest lap. That's the thing. So he really struggled on those
exactly.
soft.
With those fresh tires, didn't quite work. But the driver that obviously benefited the most was the driver that got no penalties. Always. Drivers know it. We know it. Well, we tell the drivers they don't listen, but they do. The ones that listen are the ones that rewarded the most. How's that for a race?
That was really good. And we didn't have a safety car this time around. Last time in Hungary, we did see the safety car change the outcome of the race. But this time around, no such thing. There was rain on the last lap, but not enough.
True. And the first corners of Spa, no carnage. I was very impressed with all these drivers. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, that was really surprising.
That's hats off to you guys. Hats off. You did a very, very good job. Oh, they're Australians, mate. That's all I can say. We'll look out for each other. We did a good job. So what do you think, Darts? Are we doing interviews or is it all good?
Apparently we're not doing interviews yet.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, it just says stop the stream as soon as I go back to the lobby. So yeah, that was a pretty good race. Pretty exciting. Next time round, I forgot where it is.
Next race, mate.
Oh, I'm so prepared. Yes.
Nah.
It is gonna be Italy, so it's Monza.
Oh, the
Temple of Speed. Yep.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm sure the drivers love it. That's another favorite as well. Spa and then Temple of Speed. Wow, you drivers it's like an instant
Dream for them, isn't it?
Yeah. It is a dream. It's a dream for me to come and fly in last minute to Belgium and hang out with you, mate. I'm sorry, to unpack my suitcase. I was delayed. I had to get the checkup. I'm okay. I don't have the coronavirus, but I had to go through the whole shenanigans. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
So I can take my mask off and commentate in the room with you. You don't have to worry about anything. It's been a pleasure.
It has. That was pretty good. It had been a while since we commentated together. Of course, it wasn't in this league. It is our first time in this league, the second ever race. But yeah, hopefully we'll do this for a long time.
Anytime you want, mate. You know that. I'll fly in last minute, get the private jet fired up, gassed up. I'll jump in and help you out. I can't leave you alone in the booth. It's super difficult to do this by
I think
yourself.
it's pretty dangerous to leave me alone.
Yeah. And you're like, my throat is like, oh, I need a drink, guys, but hang on. Oh, there's action on the track. I'm like, no. But aside from the drivers doing fantastic work that they do, everybody else does a great job behind the scenes and stuff. That's what it's all about, isn't it? And it's 2020. We're all having the miserable year that we don't want, but we're making the best of it, aren't we?
Yeah, so that's about it, guys. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. So we are streaming on both platforms simultaneously, on Twitch and on YouTube. So whichever platform you're on, subscribe and follow. And we will be coming back for Monza next week at the exact same time. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. This is DartTech signing out.